Hey guys, we're going to do subtracting integers today. And this is just adding another layer to the rules we've been talking about for adding integers. When you're subtracting integers, you the rule is, the added rule is add the opposite. So subtract means add the opposite. Okay, there's the rule for subtract. There we go. You're all good to go. Well, let's take a look at that in practice. So, for example, in this first one, we have -6 minus -6. You probably already know what the answer is. But that subtract sign there, we're going to rewrite it as a plus sign. So we're going to say -6, that doesn't change, plus the opposite of -6, right? Instead of minus -6, we're going to say plus the opposite. So the opposite of -6 is +6. Now we have -6 plus 6, and we follow the rules. Remember the rules? If the signs are different, we subtract. They're different. One's positive, one's negative, so we subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0. Keep the sign of the bigger number. Well, in this case, the number is 0. The answer is 0, so there's no positive or negative involved. So there it is. And that's how we subtract. So we're just adding on one more rule. So same signs. Oops, no same sign, you add, different sign, you subtract, keep the sign of remember we said the stronger number. Instead of the stronger number, the more powerful number, the one that's further away from 0, the one that's going to take us further away. Okay, so let's try it again. -4 minus 10, so apply the rules. First thing we see is we have a minus sign there. It's not a plus sign, it's a minus sign. So we're going to change that to -4 plus the opposite of 10 is -10. Now we're going to follow the addition rules. -4 plus -10. The signs are the same, so we're going to add. 10 plus 4 is 14. Okay, 14, and keep the sign of the stronger number. Well, they're both negative, so we don't have to decide which one's stronger, which one is further from 0. The answer is negative either way, and there we have it. Okay, let's try this a few more times. Rule number 1, do we have any subtraction going on? Yes, we have a minus sign there. It's minus -16. So instead of that, we're going to write -45. The number in front of the negative sign does not change at all, the minus sign. The minus -16 is the same as plus the opposite of -16, which is +16. Now we evaluate this as an addition problem. -45 plus 16, signs are different. We subtract. We'll put the bigger numeral on top, the smaller one on the bottom, and we'll subtract. So 5 minus 6, nope, can't do that. We're going to borrow. 15 minus 6, I can do that, that's 9, and 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so I get an absolute answer of 29, and then I keep the sign of the stronger number. Stronger number between -45 and +16 is -45. And there we have it. Okay, let's do this with words. Subtract 10 from 22. So what does that mean? Subtract this from that means take that, -22, and subtract, minus sign, this, the 10. Well, we're going to change that minus into a plus, so -22 plus the opposite of 10, which is -10. Now we can think of this using our addition rules. We're going to add two numbers, -22 and -10. The signs are the same, so we're going to add 22 plus 10, which is 32. 32, and then we keep the sign of the stronger number. Both are both negative, so it's going to be negative. All right, let's do it again with some more words. Notice the difference here. Find the difference between negative 8 and 13. So the difference between negative 8 and 13, let's see. Let's think of an easier problem. What if I said, what's the difference between 5 and 3? I would mean 5 minus 3, right? I would keep the order. I wouldn't change it. Well, I'm not going to change it here either, so I'm going to say negative 8 and negative 13, and the difference is just put a subtraction sign between them. That's what difference means, subtract them. But we're going to subtract in order. Okay, well, let's change it into an addition sign. So addition problem, so negative 8 plus, the opposite of negative 13 is positive 13. And now we follow the addition rules. The signs are different. One's negative, one's positive, so we're going to subtract. The bigger one on top, smaller one on the bottom, absolute value. Subtract 13 minus 8 is 5, and the stronger number is positive. Okay, now, all of that was setting us up for this. This is the hard part. What if we have more than one number and more than one operation? And so there's a couple of things we need to talk about here. First of all, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but anytime, and we've seen this already, anytime we have a minus sign and a negative sign, like in this case, this is just a negative negative. It's not, there's no number over here that we're subtracting from. It's just negative negative 9. But anytime you see that, whether it's minus negative 9 or negative negative 9, the rule is the same. That negative, that first negative sign, means do the opposite, or whatever the opposite is, of the second one. So negative negative is plus, so this becomes a positive 9. Okay, the minus sign means add the opposite, so we're going to add the opposite of 7, which is negative 7. And the plus sign, well, that doesn't need to be changed. We know how to do addition. I'm going to put a parenthesis around my 23 just to make it clear. Now we have 9 plus negative 7 plus negative 23. I'm going to go left to right. We'll not try to make this complicated. You could add in any order you want, but I'm just going to go left to right, so I'm just going to do 2 at a time, and that's important. You always do 2 at a time. 9 plus negative 7, signs are different, so we subtract. 9, 7, subtract, get 2. The stronger number is positive, so positive 2 plus negative 23. Signs are different, we're going to subtract. 23 minus 2 is 21. And the stronger number is negative in this case, so the answer is negative 21. And there we have it. Negative 9 plus minus 7 plus negative 23 is negative 21. And notice we just do one step at a time. So the first step is we deal with all the negative or all the minus signs. Now we have a negative 6 minus negative 8. Let's change that minus into a plus. So negative 6 plus the opposite of negative 8, which is positive 8. Okay, plus, that doesn't change, negative 12 minus, so that we're going to change it to a plus, plus the opposite of 7, which is negative 7. Okay, now I've changed all of my signs to plus signs. Some of my numbers are positive and some are negative, but all of the operations that we're doing are pluses, addition. Now I'm going to go left to right. There's 3 plus signs, so I'm going to do 3 different additions. First, I'm going to do the first one, negative 6 plus 8. Signs are different. We subtract. Oops, I wrote 8 twice. That was a mistake. 8 minus 6 is 2. down the 2, and now I have to decide, is it positive or negative? Well, the bigger number, the stronger number was 8. It's positive, so I'm going to keep it positive. I'll bring down the plus, negative 12. And then here's a trick. You want to bring down the whole problem. Don't just do the next part of the problem. Bring the whole problem down, because if I left that minus 7 there, or that plus negative 7 at the top, right, and I kept bringing stuff down, I might forget about it. It might get left behind. So I'm going to rewrite the whole problem each time so that my new line contains the entire problem with just the parts I've already worked out simplified. Okay, 2 plus negative 12, going in order from left to right. One's positive, one's negative, so I'm going to subtract the weaker number from the stronger number. 12 minus 2 is 10. And the stronger number was negative, so it's negative 10. Okay, last one. Negative 10 plus negative 7. The signs are the same, so this time I'm going to add 17. And I'm writing over here, I'm just kind of working it out using addition and subtraction rules, doing it vertically. That's if I can't do it in my head. If you can do this in your head, you don't have to show that work off to the side. But here's what I want to see. I want to see your work being shown line by line like this. Right, that's important to do these step by step. But the little calculations you can do off to the side here, or if you can do them in your head, you do them in your head, that's fine. But it's always good to just be really clear with yourself what you're doing each step of the way. All right, that is all I have for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.